published 5:04 Eastern Standard Time, the 11th of January 2018, updated 13:39 Eastern Standard Time, the 11th of January 2018. Alex Sanchez, greatest Barcelona goal came after Pep Guardiola had already left the club. It was in 2013 when Barca won the first Clasico of the league season in October, 2-1. Neymar played the ball through to him, and with that sprinter's power that he has, he looked set to steam past Raphael Varane, only to instead slam on the brakes and delicately chip 6 feet 4 inches Diego Lopez. You could almost hear Guardiola watching in Munich. That's why we signed him. Guardiola signed Sanchez from Udinese in 2011, having been impressed by his play and his personality. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola greets Alexis Sanchez following a game last season. Guardiola is a huge admirer of Sanchez and hopes to be reunited with him at City this month. Sanchez celebrates after scoring against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu in October 2013. Appearances: 141 goals, 47 honors. La Liga 2012-13, Copa del Rey 2011-12, Spanish Super Cup 2011-2013, UEFA Super Cup 2011, FIFA Club World Cup 2011. He looked like the perfect Pep centre-forward, a low centre of gravity, making him a nightmare for big defenders who didn't know which way he was going to turn them. Mobile to the point of being in perpetual motion, and with an intensity when it came to winning the ball back that Guardiola demanded of all his forwards. He knew all about the background too, brought up in the tough city of Tocopilla in northern Chile, where football saved him from a lifetime of hard graft to the copper mine, power plant to the docks. He had impressed on loan at Colo-Colo and River Plate, and he had grabbed his big chance in Europe with both hands at Udinese. Guardiola liked the attitude and he loved the talent. Sanchez's all-action style caught the attention of Guardiola, and he signed him for Barca in 2011. Sanchez tussles with Chelsea's Andreas Christensen at Stamford Bridge on Wednesday night. Guardiola has City flying in the Premier League and Europe, but he is desperate to sign Sanchez. The Barcelona coach had just watched the team win the Champions League at Wembley by beating Manchester United 3-1, with his three strikers Pedro, Lionel Messi and David Villa all scoring. But the obsession with constant reinvention to stay one step ahead of rivals meant he wanted another forward. Sanchez scored 15 goals in 31 starts in that first season and finished with 5 assists. It was not a bad return, but the same year Messi scored 73 goals in 60 games. Messi was Barca's central striker, and his telepathic relationship with Andres Iniesta and Xavi was the way that Barcelona were wired. Most of the time Sanchez had to be content on the right wing, where he still performed well. And there were games when he played through the middle. In December 2011 he scored in a 3-1 win over Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu, playing centrally with Messi and Cesc Fabregas in deeper areas. It was a sign that Guardiola might move towards playing him there. But the manager did not stay beyond the end of that first campaign, and under Tito Villanova, Sanchez slipped further into Messi's shadow, starting just 21 games and scoring only 8 goals in all competitions. Real Madrid goalkeeper Diego Lopez fails to stop Sanchez's goal in the first Clasico 2013-14. Sanchez appears dejected during Arsenal's Carabao Cup semi-final first leg draw with Chelsea. Sanchez tests Celtic goalkeeper Fraser Forster during a Champions League clash in 2012. The brilliant goal against Real Madrid the following season was a sign of him growing in confidence under Gerardo Martino, and he scored 21 goals in 38 games, but there was still no blossoming friendship with Messi, and certainly no Messi moving to the wing to accommodate him, as would happen in 2014 with his successor, Luis Suarez. You have to understand that at Barcelona it's not enough just to be a great player, you need to have a great understanding of the way Barcelona play. Dani Alves told Sportsmail in an interview when asked about why things had not worked out for the player. Some Barcelona players believed he just never got the Barca way. If Guardiola had stayed, he might have. Barca's passing football slid somewhat post-Guardiola. Sanchez's need for the ball to be played quickly was not always served by the more pedestrian pace of the post-Pep teams. When Luis Enrique came in 2014, things sped up again, but that was for Suarez to enjoy with Sanchez already at Arsenal. Some players believed Sanchez never got the Barca way. During this time at the Nou Camp, Sanchez is determined to leave Arsenal and boss Arsene Wenger now or in the summer Guardiola was desperate to get Sanchez last summer, and he was left fuming by Arsenal's costly tardiness in trying and failing to bring in his replacement, Thomas Lemar. Now it seems the deal will happen. And so, at the second attempt, Sanchez can become a proper Guardiola player as was intended back in 2011. His timing was bad at Barcelona. The season before he arrived they won the Champions League. The season after he left they won it. In between they were a little lost, losing Guardiola and struggling without him. Now Guardiola and the Chile international could have another chance to make beautiful football together. This time there is no Messi. Soon there will probably be no Sergio Aguero either. He can lead that City attack with Leroy Sane, Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus speeding around him. If he does finally sign, the sequel promises to be a bigger hit than the original.